Hi everyone, welcome to this video lesson. And in this video lesson, you will review how to convert linear equations from slope-intercept form, from standard form to slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is what you saw in Algebra 1 and also in geometry, where M represents the slope and B is the y-intercept, where the value of x is 0 and the y value is whatever B is equal to in the equation. So this is the equation in standard form. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert from standard form to slope-intercept form. Okay, so I'm going to do the first example in this video, and then we'll do the second example in class. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So the goal here, the goal is to have only y on this side of the equation. Okay, since there's a negative 3x, which means the value of a is a negative 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to translate or move the 3x's to the side. But don't forget, since they're negative on this side of the equation, when I move them to the other side or jump them to the other side, they change to positive 3x. And then I'm just going to keep the 15, and notice that 15 is positive, so that's why I'm writing that plus there. Now on this side, I only have 5y. So notice we're getting closer to this because we have 5y, but we still need to get that 5. We got to take care of this 5. Okay. So what that means is, since this is saying multiply 5 times y, I'm going to divide by 5 on all 3 terms. Once I've done this, and I'm going to simplify. So then this gives me the y by itself. Now this tells me the slope of the line. The slope is 3 over 5, or 3/5, right? So 3 round of 5. And then x and 15 divided by 5, that's equal to a 3. So this is the equation in slope-intercept form. So that's how you convert from standard form, which is this one here, the one that's given, to slope-intercept form, which is what we need to find. Okay, so in this case, the y-intercept is at 0, 3, and the slope is 3 and 5. So with these two, with the slope and the y-intercept, you can basically graph the function. So we'll do this one in class. So let's go on to example number 1 for point slope form. So notice, point slope form, this is a point, meaning you have an x coordinate and a y coordinate. Okay, so we're going to use this formula in the next 2 examples in this video. So notice that we change the sign on the x coordinate in the formula only, but we don't change the sign of the y coordinate. Okay, so in this case, this is x1 and this is y1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this formula here. So I have y equals, the slope is 7. Okay, that's what I'm giving as a slope. So instead of m, 7, and then open parentheses, x minus x1. x1 is 9, so then minus 9, and then y1 is 2, so plus 2. So notice again what I did. This is positive 9, but the formula says change the sign of the x1 value, which is what I've done. So once we get to this point, I'm going to distribute to what's inside of the parentheses. So then y equals 7 times x, that's 7x, 7 times negative 9, that's minus 63. And then we have that plus 2, which is the y1 value. Once we get to this point, we simplify further by combining negative 63 and positive 2. So then the equation is y equals 7x minus 61. So there we have the slope, which is 7, and the y-intercept of the line. The line will be crossing the y-axis at 0 and negative 61, which again is the b value. All right, so let's do example number 2 here, and we'll do number 3 in class. Okay, so example number 2, again, this is x1 and this is y1. So then the equation is y equals, or the formula is y equals m is 2/3, and then open parentheses x minus, now notice that's a minus 1, so minus 6, I'm sorry, minus 6, and then the y1 is a positive 1 outside. Since we have a negative from negative, this is where the x is going to change, this is going to change sign, so then this becomes plus. So y equals 2/3 times x, that's 2/3 x, and then 2/3, this is implied, this 6 is implied to be over 1. So 2 times 6, that's a 12, so plus 12, and 3 times 1, that's a 3, and we have a plus 1 outside. But then 12 divided by 3 is just 4, so I'm going to cross this out, just make it a 4. So in the end, we're just adding 4 and 1. So then y equals 2 over 3x plus 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5. Okay, so the slope has a rise of 2 and a run of 3, and the line crosses the y-axis at 0, 5. And this is the equation in slope-intercept form. That's all for this lesson. I'll see you in class so we can finish up the other 2 examples. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.